Well, we're in Rome then for round 8. B-Dragon Sonic on pole from David Camino and Daf Sanchez, then Ravo and Lawless Clerk. Medicis is 6th and Valeria A. Ramirez is 7th. Then it's Patuco, Mini, and Zeph in 10th. Outside of the top 10, we have Catfish, Marcus Nelson, Daniel Baltasaro, Akari, Inokui, Sigmund, Ender Dragon Danny, Alan Lee, and Leo. 20th is Kehari, 21st, MF1 World, and in last place it's Solus Kynes. Well, it's wildly wet here in Rome with a new championship leader being crowned last time out. Can we see another as all 5 lights go on? We go green, and they are crawling across the line. David Camino is seemingly getting a pretty good launch. But the second phase of the start, Scott ERS, and he's deploying all of it down this main straight to try and send it down the inside on the pole sitter. Not quite works out there. Zap with 5-second time bonus game. We've got yellow flags in the first sector, as that is Alan Lee, who has been sent off the road. And down into last place, the Andretti car has gone. The top 3 as they were at the start, but Lawless Leclerc, what a charge he's made. He's gone himself up into 4th place. Nice work from the Cooper driver who won the Monaco Prix. And if he can chase after another podium, the cards might line up for him to feasibly have a championship charge. The man out in front, however, he's led most of the laps in the past few Prix, but he finished 2nd in both of them. He was on pole, led almost every lap, but when it came to the final few laps, he just couldn't hold on. In Montreal, it was Tita Visma and David Camino. In Marina Bay, it was hectic, but Daniel Baltasaro just about took it. So on to lap 2 we go. B-Dragon Sonic still leads the way from David Camino and Daf Sanchez. Going on board with Marcus Nelson. He's closing in rapidly on the Envision ahead, but not quite close enough to make the move. As Leo and MF1 World, they've collided. They have tangled. Going into the chicane, MF1 World getting a 5-second time penalty. It's said for causing a collision, but I don't think he did. It was a T-bone crash there. And they just ran out of room completely. We still have every driver running in the race. Just about. But David Camino now closing on B-Dragon Sonic. But Daf Sanchez closing in faster. Up into 2nd goes the hyperdrive car. And you know what? Coming into the final turn, he's got a good opportunity to take the lead. Going into turn 1. Down the main straight we go then. Start lap 3 of 13. He sets the fastest lap of the E3 at 1:18.133. And is he close enough to stage a challenge? No, he's not. He's been staved off by his own teammate, Solus Kynes. He's been the massive mover. He's got himself up into 15th place, and the cards might actually align for him to try and take 14th here from Daniel Bogdasarov. He's got the wrong line to try and make the pass. As a Not Kiwi and the Dragon Danny fight behind them. And Daniel Bogdasarov has been passed by Solus Kynes, and so will Marcus Nelson. These two were leading the World Drivers' Championship at one point in prior to last time out. But they're now currently 2nd and 3rd. This is still probably going to be impactful when it comes to the championship. On board with the Not QE then. In the number 29 car. And he's been cut off by Ender Dragon Danny, who's trying to take Daniel Baltasaro's position. Daf Sanchez. No, it's not even Daf who's done this. B-Dragon Sonic's pulled out for over a second. And it's time to come into the pits for intermediate tyres. They're going to be double stacking at Hyperdrive Mercedes. And they might actually get held up by David Camino. Lawless Leclerc's, as you can see, the man with the new overalls, and Leclerc's going to come out in the lead. So Lawless Leclerc will lead the way for Cupra, who's going to be second here. I cannot tell because we've had the entire field shaken up. It's Lawless Leclerc from Valerio Ramirez, Mini Revo at his home race, and B Dragon Sonic. You have two Italians currently third and fourth, coming through the first chicane, and Revo driving for Revolution Maserati still on the inside line of his compatriot. Lawless Leclerc actually moving away for 6.6 seconds. That's insane. But Revo, he's going to need to try and close up a little bit more as the track now seems to actually be drying out just slightly. B-Dragon Sonic on the back of Revo. Almost looked like he can make the pass. He's got seemingly more traction coming out of that turn, and he does make the pass. Up into fourth place he goes. Daf Sanchez on the back of the man currently second in the world driver's standings, Carlos Kynes, and he's got a very good run on him coming into this chicane. And is that a good enough run to take the position 12th place away from him? They're side by side coming into the last turn. But with Kynes with the inside line, I'm not too sure. Everyone, however, coming to the pits again, and this time it's for dry tyres needed. And is B-Dragon Sonic going to be held for long? It seemed like quite a bit of time, but not too long. Lawless Leclerc, however, does come out in the lead. Valerio Ramirez is going to be second. Midi will be third. Revo fourth. B-Dragon Sonic is fifth. For the top positions, DRS has now been enabled as we've got a virtual safety car. Alan Lee has crashed in the pit lane. Oh my goodness me, what's happened with him? The virtual safety car's coming out of the pits. VSC is now ending. And this race is probably going to come down to strategy then. Everyone's on shifted strategy somewhat, with some drivers actually on the hards, like Valerio Ramirez. I think she's going to try and stick it out to the end. That's the likelihood for the Apex Grand Prix team. They're both trying to go to the end of the race on their tyres. But I think they might actually goss him by the end. B-Dragon Sonic on the soft compound of tyre. Marcus Nelson currently the fastest man on track, as Zygmunt with a 5-second time penalty, and that's spinning and not QE. And he's been hit too. And he's got a front puncture. Front left tyre puncture for an QE has sent him spinning in the wall. And Zygmunt's missing his front wing, so he's going to have to come into the pits at the end of this lap. Any other driver with substantial damage, I don't see. But in not QE, if he can make it to the pits, he'll be able to change onto a different tyre compound, fix the car. But I think they might just want to retire the car at this point, and because there is no point in continuing, because we don't have safety cars. Leo with a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision with Kei Hori, and out of the race has gone Valerio Ramirez in the wall there. I think she might have run over some of the debris from her teammate's car, as her teammate does make it into the pit safely. So that's Apex Grand Prix then having an absolutely woeful day in the office. And QE did, however, make it to the pit safely, so they are able to continue. But I'm not too sure if I would want to. Marcus Nelson and Carlos Kynes, currently 7th and 8th. They're going to be losing ground to this man, B-Dragon Sonic, in the championship. A man who, while is the most decorated driver in the championship, is still yet to have a win this season. He's never had a winless season while he's driven in the championship. He has never gone winless. But he's on the back of Ravo now on lap 7 of 13. He might get a good overtake opportunity coming into turn 4. Maybe later on, it's Dav Sanchez, 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. That is with Catfish in the McLaren Neon. And there goes Dav Sanchez past Catfish. And he's going to get Modistas here for a top position as Solis Kynes, championship contender, out of the race. As David Cameron with a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision with the car. My goodness me, what's going on here? It's absolutely shambles. And it's Marcus Nelson who's made the collision with him. The two championship contenders have collided. And are they going to be out? They are out for a second weekend in a row. Marcus Nelson and Solis Kynes are out of an E-Prix. This time, it's Rome. I cannot believe it's happened again. But this time the two drivers have collided on their own volition. If you told me that was going to happen, I would have said that you were on something, but it has. The dream, however, for Ravo and Mini is that they are now clear of B-Dragon Sonic. Mini comes into the pits though, because those softs are not going the distance at all. It would be ambitious to keep going, but ambitious these drivers truly are. That's David Cameron gaining on K Modistas. Maserati at their home event and really doing a pretty good job. 2nd and 5th. That's very good for the team based in Feriano, Italy. And wide out of the race has just gone on Ravo. Oh no, the home favourite has just crashed out of the Rome E-Prix. Commentator's curse is real. I say Maserati and Ravo's having a great day, and he crashes out. 9 seconds the gap between B-Dragon Sonic and Lawless Leclerc. That's almost a pit stop. It is a pit stop between Leclerc and Batico, however. Oh my goodness me. I think Zev came in for a second pit stop, and that's why he's down in 17th. And I think Hyperdrive is going to have to pull in that Mercedes car over 44. Yes, B-Dragon Sonic peeling into the pits on lap 9. Keep an eye on the timing tower as to where he comes out of the pits. I think he's probably going to come out pretty soon. And he comes out of the pits. Oh, he's going to be 10th at best. 10th at best. We're looking at Lawless Leclerc. He's already won one E-Prix in this championship, that being Monaco. Can he win another? Almost hits the wall. Oh, that was... what a save from Lawless Leclerc there to not crash out. As we go on board with Dav Sanchez, who hits the wall, doesn't crash out, but just about. But there is still half a front wing there. Which could be a danger to drivers. And not QE setting the fastest lap of the E-Prix at 1:14.266. I think we might see some 1:12 times come in. I'm not too sure. But as it stands, B-Dragon Sonic trying to pull the undercut on this man, Lawless Leclerc, who finally pits on the run-up to lap 10. And while other drivers pit, Batuco stays out, Camino pits, Modistas pits, and Dav Sanchez, well, he's got to pit, as out of the race, someone's gone out. And who is it for? An Ocui out of the Rome E-Prix. It was down in last already, a minute off the lead. But these guys have just had basically a free stop. So where is Lawless Leclerc? He's already come out of the pits. And the sky darkens. Sky is darkening around on Rome, but B Dragon Sonic, what an unfortunate time to call on that virtual safety car, because it's virtually just killed all hopes of B Dragon Sonic winning this race. But as for Batuco winning this race, yeah, he's gonna have to pit again. He's gonna have to pit again. If Porsche try and stick it out with Batuco, he's going to get a puncture on the last lap. That's just the facts. And will there be team orders at Hyperdrive to let B Dragon Sonic pass as they come up to this turn? I think they've just let him by. I think they should have. And you know, it's in the name of teamwork. So Dash Sanchez gets shuffled down a position, and Batuco does come into the pits, and it's for soft tires. Those are going to be the best tires of anyone out there. So a charge is possible. As Zygmunt also comes into the pits, Mini is 1.8 seconds down. Could Mini win his home race for Jaguar TCS Racing? An Italian driver. Well, he's dropped off quite a bit compared to the man ahead of him. And he's gonna... And those tyres aren't looking too favourable on Mini's car now, are they? Sanchez has re-overtaken B Dragon Sonic. Oh, everyone almost wall riding through the chicane with how close the walls are. Need to be very careful when you pick your braking point. Zep's got himself back up into 9th place, but that 10-second time penalty will drop him outside of the points. And Hori should take that position away. Alistair Clark now sending a new fastest lap of the E3 of 1:13.099 as we begin the penultimate lap. He's pulled 5 seconds on Mini. This has been quite the showing from the number 16 car. Very impressive from Lawless Leclerc, as into the pits comes Zeph. Kay Hori sets a new fastest lap at 1:12, and his teammate also sets a 1:12, but this time it's 1:12.15, 51.6. Pretty good from McLaren. They do definitely have pace. But look at the Cupra car who leads. As we see Daf Sanchez sending it on Ender Dragon Danny. The Dominican driver weaves to try and hold the position, and also he's struggling with tyre wear. Is the Bugatti driver ahead? And of course, with the fact that we are nearing the end of this race, tyres are beginning to fall off. But anything can happen in motor racing, and often does. For all Mini knows, all he has to do is hold on to that 2nd place. Just try and hold on to the tyres for another lap more, and he could take his home race. He could take a home race win in the FBMC. But on to the final lap we have gone. Lawless Leclerc moving away from Mini and David Camino. On board we go with the number 16. Who set a fastest first sector, almost hits the wall, does hit the wall, he's lost his front wing, has Lawless Leclerc. He should still be able to get away with that. David Camino also struggling, Mini in the wall, and he's hit Medicis, and all Italian representatives here in Italy have had a woeful day. Ender Dragon Danny out, flying at Mini, who's also out. Both Italian drivers out of the race, and B Dragon Sonic, the championship leader, has gone a 5-second time penalty for colliding with Mini. I think he should still be able to get a point out of this race. But it's an absolute shambles at the end. With the podium, 2 drivers currently in the top 3 with 5-second time penalties. But coming to the line through the final turn, it's going to be a 2nd win of the season for Lawless Leclerc for Ab Cupra. He wins the Rome Prix in season 12. David Camino comes home to finish 12th on the road with Medicis. The Italian representative car are currently third. Then it's Dav Sanchez, Batuco, and B Dragon Sonic. Then it's K Hori Akari, Catfish, and Daniel Bogdasarov. That's your top 10 as it stands. But something tells me it's all going to change. And this is your podium then. At the end of the day, it's Flawless Leclerc from David Camino and Batuco just about taking that third place. Then it's K Medicis for Revolution Maserati, the Italian team. I think that's the best they could have taken out of this race. Then it's K Hori, Dav Sanchez, and B Dragon Sonic. Akari's up next, and then it's Catfish, Daniel Bogdasarov, rounding out your point scorers. Then it's Sigmund, Leo, MF1 World, and Zeph. Your non-finishers were Mini, Ended Dragon Danny, Anot Kiwi, Ravo, Marcus Nelson, Carlos Kynes, Valeria Ramirez, and Alan Lee. In the driver's standings, Lawless Leclerc leads the way on 75 points. That's 11 ahead of B Dragon Sonic. Then you'll find Carlos Kynes, Marcus Nelson, Dav Sanchez, Batuco, Sigmund, David Camino, Alan Lee, and Ender Dragon Danny. Valeria Ramirez is up next. Then it's Zeph. Tied for 13th is both McLarens. Tied for 15th is Mini and Daniel Bogdasarov. Tied for 17th is Akari and Ravo. Mini MF on-road on 22nd, on 22 points in 19th. K Medicis on 18 points, he's 20th. And Okui on 7 points, he's 21st. And last place is Leo. In the constructors' standings heading into Tokyo, at Cupra lead the way now on 122 points from Hyperdrive Mercedes EQ. And it's Porsche, Jaguar Racing, and Braun FE team. Then you have Andretti Autosport, Bugatti and McLaren Neon, that's tied on points, and it's Apex GP, Revolution Maserati 1 point down, and Envision 11. We'll see you guys next time then for the Tokyo E-Prix.